It's on.
So, chat, that's sick.
Oh, you saw. What do you think? What do you
What?
think so far?
Hell yeah. I think it's gas, dude. I was just like smiling. I was
It's working
it
pretty
was
nice, honestly. Yo, do you guys want to go and test it right now? Actually, just I want to see what it would feel like with four people, I guess, chatting up in there.
I think that's a great idea.
And where? I missed it.
The staging URL, which I always forget it. It's in the Telegram, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, for the progress page?
The
You're in the
no,
final
no, no.
page?
The privy login was one thing that I did. You get basically a random username by default, which is similar to like what TikTok does, where it gives you like user and then a whole bunch of numbers. Ours is anon and then a whole bunch of numbers, basically, just on the crypto wave. And then you can go into your profile page essentially, which is private to you. It's not like a public facing profile page, but you can go and change your username in there and it tells you kind of like what your current username is and blah blah blah. I haven't really worked on that other than just like building what it is right now. So I imagine that will go through kind of like its own design process, I suppose. And then the more important thing that I added was the chat, basically. Um, so there is now a chat, and each message has the possibility
Oh,
of four reactions, essentially. And I limited it to four. We can do whatever. Honestly, we can do any emoji could be a reaction. But the idea, honestly, I kind of like drifted a little bit there because what I originally was going to do was have like a reaction in general. So like for example, people could just like send hearts to the stream, not necessarily hearts as like a reaction to a message. So I did kind
Mm-hmm.
of procrastinate and like I was just like, oh, let me try this out, and it kind of stuck a little bit, but I'm still kind of on the fence whether like we need to include that at all. It might be useful, but like it depends, because we have to think about like what kinds of participation do we want to measure, right? Because I know we had ideas about like, oh, if you've been participating in chats for X amount of time, you get this thing, or we had talked about that, so that's kind of where that drifting kind of came from. Um, so yeah, but
Yeah.
basically you can do. Oh, the other thing that I kind of want to snatch from, I don't know if you guys tried Uno. One thing that they have that's really cool in their DMs is basically a side chat, which is essentially just like a threaded
Mm.
it's just like a threaded message, except it only allows you to do one layer deep. So you can't like create a thread of a thread and you can't like infinitely keep going and come back. It's just like one side chat and then that side chat kind of becomes like a topic oriented side chat essentially. And I kind
Mm.
of really like the way they did it in the UI. And I don't know if that makes sense for us in like for example the V1 of what the chat feature would be like, but it's definitely something that I've been kind of like mulling over as I'm making this.
I
So
haven't
yeah,
used that feature in Uno.
yeah, I thought it was pretty dope. I kind of I'm questioning myself because like what I think is dope is like the UI of it and not necessarily like the ability to do a side chat. The UI the way that Uno did it was pretty fire, and maybe that's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
gravitating towards. Um, I don't
Yeah,
I could
good
see how
question.
that could be useful for us, right? As like if someone's watching or if a bunch of people are watching, then maybe they want to split one side chat and talk about like this one thing someone may have mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It does seem like a nice thing for like bigger groups, right? Because I suppose it depends on what sort of conversation you're trying to facilitate.
right.
Like if you just wanted to be ignorant Twitch, like, you know, people saying dumb shit repeatedly, maybe it's not necessary, but maybe it's worthwhile to think about it from the lens of uh, the field notes um, stream and
Interesting. Yeah.
what sort of conversations would come out of that. Maybe side chats do start to make sense.
Yeah. Because then you could have like if you have questions, respond to this. This is the side chat for questions. So so it is kind of true
Mm-hmm.
that could work that way. Like it has a utilitarian aspect as well.
Yeah, the only thing there is how you kind of organize, or if that's the side chat for questions, how do I find that again? If the chat's scrolling.
That is true. Pin it. We'd have to create some kind of like pinning feature.
Mm-hmm.
See, it grows, dude. It grows.
It starts to grow.
Which is again, all these things are definitely doable, and I think it would make sense for us to do. Do you think it would be a V1 thing?
V1 meaning what?
Like basically the goal with this version that I'm making now is to release it by the time we have that event or whenever that is, which looks like it's going to be like around April 20th, around that time, 420.
Nice. That would be V1.
Hypothetically, whatever I can get done by the time that this event goes, essentially. So yeah, that's what I'm, I guess, quote unquote, viewing as V1. No official, this is like obviously very unofficial back of the napkin chatter here, but
I don't know. I mean, I don't find it maybe to be necessary. I don't know if you feel like your time would be better spent elsewhere.
the thing is, I'm pretty much done with the chat, like in terms of work. You know what I mean? Like anything now would kind of be performance testing essentially, which seems like it's decent. Like I honestly, also the stream on the staging with the chat looks fucking dope right now. I'm souped. You're seeing it, right? You
Yeah,
guys are
with like the glass background
yeah.
of the thing and everything. Yeah, it looks really nice.
I love it.
So very happy about that. And then for optimist viewing, is optimist the right word there, or do you guys think we should use another word?
Where do you see Optimus? I don't
On
even see Optimus.
on the top left.
Oh, it's where the vinyl thing is for
Yeah,
me.
yeah. If you have a bigger screen, it's exactly where the vinyl is. Yeah. On my 14-inch MacBook, it's like right under the navigation bar.
Mm,
But it
yeah.
that does change. I can also make that permanent somewhere else, like right corner or bottom right corner, top right corner, or whatever.
What is the thread thing that
I haven't implemented yet. The idea is that any one of these messages could then be a side thread.
Oh, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Cool.
A couple things I'm noticing, Brian,
Yeah.
that I might throw in there just to be considered is you can't resend the same message. Like if I want to spam W's in the chat, I couldn't spam W's in the chat.
What do you mean?
Like sometimes it's just I've basically seen this in clips more than anything else, where people want to send the same message over and over again in there. Like if I press W and then try and do another W, it
There's
says
a cooldown.
messages are blocked for a few seconds.
Yeah, there's a
I don't know if that's
cooldown.
a good thing or a bad thing.
That's true.
And then the other thing is I can't just press enter to send a message, which I'd love to be able to do.
Yeah, I'm working on that one. I'm working on command enter basically. So if you hit command enter, the goal is that'll send the message.
Interesting.
The other two kind of like periphery, or in addition to that, in terms of keyboard shortcuts in general, that was where my question is about the reaction thing. Because right now we have reactions to specific messages. But another case is kind of like a general reaction to the stream itself, which will kind of like emit. It's a feature that Live Cursor has, so it's pretty easy to implement. Exactly like that. Basically, how you just showed in this Google Meet is that version.
I fuck with that version a lot.
And then that would be triggered with a slash, I was thinking. So it'd be like the command enter and the slash would be kind of like the two moves. Not to mention, I think we all forgot this, but if you drag around the clicker, hitting H on your keyboard returns the clicker to that default position. I think I did that. I remember doing that a while back. I'm gonna actually just fact check it right now.
It does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does do that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, so like it's not out of left field for us to do keyboard shortcuts in general.
I think it's fun actually. It's really fun. I would
Yeah, that's-
maybe just one small suggestion to build on what John was saying is to me it makes sense to have enter just be send and then well, how do you do it in Telegram? Shift enter typically
Oh yeah, look
is
at that. Yeah, that's a good
to what do you call that?
return, I guess.
Return.
Maybe.
That to me maybe makes sense. I feel like people will default to trying it that way first, at least just hitting enter.
Right now, hitting enter is yeah, it does the return, and shift enter also does the return. Okay.
That would be maybe my only comment there, really.
So instead of hitting command enter, it would be just enter.
Yeah, I think. Well,
I'd agree with that.
I agree with
That-
that, Joe. It tripped
Okay.
me up at first, the enter, going to the new line.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then in terms of the cooldown is another question, then I think maybe I should kind of focus on that a little bit because we do kind of want W's in the chat to be a thing that people could do. Right? So like what do you think is the parameter to allow people to do that? Is it just the fact that they created a username? Like if their username is anon and then a bunch of numbers, maybe they can't spam. But then if they pick a username, maybe they're allowed to do W's repetitively. Or maybe there's a character limit, like if the message is under 10 characters or something, or one. If the message is one character, you can spam it. But I don't know.
I think that might be the way. One character spam seems all right to me. You wouldn't want people spamming links over and over again. That was one thing I thought of where you wouldn't want. One character spam has its own ring to it. I think that makes sense
Okay.
as an easy solution. That makes sense to me because I wouldn't mind an active chat of anons really. Ultimately,
yeah, good point. It's actually maybe cool to have anons running up the chat.
Cool. All right. Dope. I could try that. And then the other one is the verbiage around. I think it's not an issue when you're logged in because it just says send, right? The button just says send. But when you're not logged in, it says login and send. Is ever? I have like I guess I'm like on the fence about that. Is that necessary? You think like when someone's not logged in, does it have to say login and send? Because it will prompt you to log in.
I liked it. It was good. It was instructive. Like the onboarding process was, I didn't have any second thoughts about it because when you said it, I went to the chat first. I wasn't logged in. I did it and then I came back.
Okay, cool.
So I think it's pretty good.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I thought it was pretty smooth too.
Cool. What do you guys think about, speaking of login, what do you guys think of the icons? I guess I use the door for when you're not logged in and then the just like general like avatar thing.
Oh, I didn't notice it changed when I logged in.
Yeah, once you're logged in, it changes basically to like the little human or whatever. Oh, sorry. When you're not logged in, it's a door, and then when you're logged in, it's a little human. Did I say that? Sorry.
I like them both. I like
Yeah.
it.
Me too.
Cool. Dope. So then
It's looking fucking good, man. Seems legit.
it is. It feels legit. Honestly, I love seeing the stream right now with the messages on the side. It's fucking.
It looks really good. It looks like the latest version of iOS or something. Like, I don't know.
And it's literally just like a blur on a white at 30 opacity. It's not even like a fancy glass effect. It's literally just like a blur, like a generic blur.
It works.
It works, right?
Pretty. It's pretty. Yeah. And I really like how you separated them into their own boxes as opposed to just being like a full on bubble where I think that's nice.
Yeah. The other thing we could do, but I think would kind of take away from it a little bit, is make the whole chat panel a panel, basically. Right? So there would be like a background under the glass, technically.
I
I don't.
personally
I wouldn't either. I think the way that you have it with like the blurred diffuse stuff can change from underneath. It's
Yeah.
a very cool effect.
One thing I accidentally did, and I'm noticing now, is I hid the multi-cursor thing because it was really slowing down my computer when I was developing. You know, the mouse thing that I did last week or whatever. So I have to put that back. And the idea there is that that cursor will also have the username, essentially. It'll have your username. So it'll, like, next to the cursor, it'll say Colfax or whatever the person's username is.
it's fun, man. I love it. Yeah, it's engaging. It's exciting. Obviously, I'm biased, but it seems like a fun thing.
And it seems like you guys like the reactions to the individual messages.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wasn't sure about it, but now I like it. I yeah, I like it.
Okay.
I love it.
Fun. Yeah, it looks fun, honestly. I'm seeing all the reactions go up. It shit looks nice. This shit feels nice.
It is nice.
That's dope.
Someone just imagine them right now.
No.
Yeah, you guys are. Who's in
way,
the
bro.
chat? Who's in? Dope. I think, Cam, we might have to just test the permapool interactions and stuff. Because in case I removed anything that I wasn't supposed to remove. I tried not to, but I think I did remove, what was it? WAGMI exit? Like at one point, I forget.
All right, let me do a little injection and see what we can do here.
Fuck the permapool.
What's so funny?
Change my username to Cameron. Say unhinged bullshit. It's fun. I really like the yellow background too.
Oh, that's from the stream. That's literally just from the stream.
It's fucking good. I love it.
I guess that's another thing we have to do is the infinite animation thing. Like what is going to be on the page when we're not streaming, essentially.
Yes. I mean,
It could be, honestly, it could be the HIGHER.ZIP bouncing around logo.
True.
it's classic. It looks good.
True. I already have that made, and it could be on the yellow background.
Yep. I wonder.
Oh, Roku City. I was thinking, I was like, yo, I had a fucking idea the other day, and I forgot the thread. It was Roku City.
What's Roku City?
So on Roku, when you don't do anything on it, it has a screensaver. That's essentially, yeah, it's just like Roku City would be hilarious if we did it.
That would be hilarious.
Because that opens the door to like little billboards and shit like that.
Which is cool. That is nice. We have swapped it to the Western theme,
Yeah,
which is kind of cool too. Like tumbleweed and shit will come
that
in.
would be cool. That would be cool. I like that.
Oh yes.
So I'll look into the permapool stuff because I was able to connect my wallet, but I wasn't able to trigger the deposit. So I'll see what's going on there.
Okay.
I'll get it patched up.
Oh, you're the man. Thank you. And then after that is really it, I suppose, right? What else? The channel. Oh, channel up, channel down is one thing we talked about removing. But again,
Mm,
That would kind of, for us to remove that would, I guess we could do that once we have the DVD logo, is really what it is.
say that again. Sorry.
We can remove the channel up, channel down thing when we do the DVD logo, essentially.
Mm, okay.
Because
I like Roku City as well. I think, I mean, that's more a bigger lift, isn't it? But it is
Yeah.
a nice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how we would do it exactly, right? Like, because is it one really long photo? Like, what is it actually, right? Is it because, or is it
Well,
code? Like, am I building a city with code, right? Like,
I think that I would assume they did it with code because there's like parallax and shit, you know, which is
yeah, there's like layers. There's like 3 layers or something. Like the furthest back moves really slow. The one, yeah, it is kind of like a parallax effect.
which we could. How do you make that loop? I love you. Have a good day. How do you make that loop? I was thinking, okay, could we do it just like collage style, like very intentionally collage, right? How do you loop that though?
Yeah, with code you can loop it pretty easily. If it's just generative, you basically similar to how you would like prompt a video or just like start frame and end frame and just make the two the same.
Interesting.
But I think it would be a little bit of a, well, depends. I guess it depends on the motif of the actual image, how complex we want it. I'd have to do some reading and watching YouTube videos to see like what
Well,
the most efficient way to do that is.
if we could maybe simplify it quite a bit if we just had a backplate. Say, I'm just riffing. Like say we use this thermal style, and I don't know what it. Maybe it's like maybe it's a Western town, but it's in that thermal style, and then you've got just collage cut out cowboys and characters that kind of walk past each other. So there's all images. So maybe.
That's dope. That would be dope. Just like
That
randomly
sounds cool.
walking. So it's like one thing that's constant static, basically, and then the randomness is like people walking around.
Yeah, and I don't know. The simplest, maybe their legs don't even move. You know, which is
Like
maybe.
you can even have them on sticks.
Oh shit, that's pretty funny, dude.
I wonder what special effects were back in the Wild West, right? Because they have that old motif of like pulling someone off stage with like a large cane. Yeah, like
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like puppets, the strings of a puppets are like
puppet.
very visible probably, you know what I mean?
That's what my brain went to was puppets. Yeah, yeah, that would be a way to do that too. You know, like 4 strings attached. Oh
That's
shit.
cool. That's cool. And now that we're moving into the puppet, I think the puppet would be very advanced, but yeah, that would be
Yeah,
cool. That would be really cool.
but the puppet could. Yeah, is there a way to make that look good and keep it as just like one image? You know, like the strings are part of the image of
Right.
whoever's walking past. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, because now we're starting to like I guess the idea is starting to move into 3D assets now. When you think about when you start
Potentially.
thinking about puppets,
Well, how do you do puppets in 2D?
I would say kind of like how South Park is animated, except you tie the string to the hands. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then it would just be controlling a matter of controlling the string. But I guess maybe
Yeah.
even in that sense, you could create a video that has all that already baked in, and then you would just trigger their video, just like on in the simplest way in terms of not coding it.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to like create a few different options, maybe.
You would that sounds more complex to me. Maybe it's not, but what if the strings don't move independently from the character? You know, it's very rudimentary.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Like the character's resting and then the character moves with the strings?
Yeah, like the strings are static. They're obviously attached to the character, but they're static. If the character moves like this, so do the strings.
So do the
you know?
strings.
But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. Maybe that looks like shit, but
No, that could be
just
cool too.
in the
It
spirit of simplifying.
because if the motif is like static movement, then actually it makes it better that the puppet strings are not moving.
Yeah, that might be true. Yeah, and maybe the character just like bounces a tiny bit. I'll fuck with this. Let's at least play around.
Yeah,
You know,
I
if
like
it
the
doesn't
Western.
happen, you know, the yellow background with the bouncing higher is cool. But hey, maybe, yeah.
I gotta show you some
We
fucking.
could also have an RPC set up and we visualize higher being sent as like a point A to point B. How much higher determines the size of the circle, or maybe how fast or slow it moves, or something like, I don't know.
Oh, cool.
Because that's stuff where it's like we can listen to transactions as the input, and then we can have some different conditions for like what means big, what means small, what means fast, what means slow. There could be identities associated with it. It could change if it's to us or the perma pool. Like there could be something there as like a,
Oh, that's
but
cool.
it could be just, but it depends on there being actual transaction volumes. So,
Right.
True. That is cool though. It made me think of how to represent, you know, because obviously it's Privy Wallet, like how to represent token holdings. Like what if your cursor was bigger, the more higher that you're holding, or something kind of dumb like that.
Oh,
That
cool.
sounds funny.
That's funny.
Just like a fucking massive cursor.
It's got a bag, dude. This guy's got a bag.
This guy's packing. Yeah, that kind of interesting.
That's cool. I like that idea. Cursor based on your holdings. Damn, next level. That's
Because
fancy.
it doesn't get you anything. You're not like it's just like a Fortnite skin.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. Yeah. That's cool.
You said it's basically a big foreskin.
Yeah, yours is, Cam. Yours is a big foreskin.
You know, all 70,000 higher.
Hell yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, what
It would work quite well as well. I think it fits the crypto, like whales and like small fish kind of symbolism without pointing at it directly. It kind of just fits.
right. And most people that if most people are anon, they'll just have a regular size cursor and then some dork that moved a bunch of higher to their wallet. Me, I'm gonna do that. That's hilarious. Kind of fun. I don't know. Not necessary, obviously, but
We could
Would
also
you
do like
ever-
little symbols in the cursor too. Like maybe there's a max size, and then within the size there's like I guess similar to the clicker, right? Like it would look almost exactly like that, but just a different icon.
I fuck with that too. And does that end up living like in your? Tell me to stop at whatever point, but like in your profile page, like, do you select like what color your cursor is or what shape it is or anything like that?
You can buy cursors. Oh shit, dude. That's revenue, baby. Now we're talking.
Shit. They're NFTs that are worth buying.
Fuck it. It's an actual. It's an NFT with actual utility, bro. You can move it around. That's actually hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just by the circle,
I
by the
love that.
red circle, and you can just move it around now. Thanks.
That'd be mad funny, honestly. Just the
I would
color.
probably buy one. You know what I mean? Just like if I'm watching the stream, it's like $1 for a fucking pink square. I consider that. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if we're still going down the route of like we were talking about Minecraft DMV, but that could also be like you apply this thing and this thing together on the cursor page, and then your cursor transforms into this now permanently.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's cool. I was just now, as you were saying, we were talking about this, I was just thinking about like almost like a Sims customizer, like you're customizing your own sim. Where it's like, okay, here's the shape. You can customize the shape, you can customize the color, you can customize the icon, and all three of those would be like essentially, yeah, you'd spend V-Bucks to to get these things.
It's compelling. You know, it's obviously stupid, but it's stupid is fun, and I pay for fun. You know.
Yeah. 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 If I guess if it's cheap enough, it makes a lot of sense, right? Like if it's like $1. So ultimately, if there's
Like it.
three customizable options, you spend $3 essentially to make a custom cursor.
Yeah. Or yeah, sure. Or you can
Or you're the whale with like a $400 cursor.
Oh, it's like diamond.
That's
It's like
so funny,
reflective
dude.
diamond.
Yeah, maybe the diamond finish, or like the what's it called, like the Apple liquid glass. Like you get that one. That's like the $50 cursor.
It's juicy. It's got that like reflection that
Yeah.
wraps around the edge of it.
Yeah. That's
And
funny.
this is not the stupidest idea we've had. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Do you guys know yoinking from Farcaster?
Yeah.
So I'm imagining like, okay, we have the stream, and maybe when we're off of the stream or when we're on the stream, whatever, someone can yoink the thing. The yoink costs a little bit, and when you yoink it, you can send a message, and then that message like goes on the stream.
Or it's
something
highlighted
like
or
that.
something.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. That's cool.
Oh shit! So it's like a permanent, it's always ad space, but the ad space can always be yoinked.
Yeah, or maybe it's like when you yoink it, then like the price doubles, but then there's a cool off period where it goes back down to the base after a certain amount of time. To kind of like give people,
I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's cool.
That's very cool.
It's fun.
Yoinking while there's a live stream is fucking hilarious. I love that.
Yeah, it is. Oh shit.
That's fucking good. I really like that one.
it also the thing is like we have the chat, so it's like I don't want it to like compete with the chat. Like how Google or YouTube's like you could pay to have like a pinned comment in a live stream in the chat box. So parts of it kind of remind me of that. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like there's a design space there. I really like the like pay to have some like primo thing, though, whether it's like the cursor customizations or like some like comment, like whatever. I think that's like a really interesting design space, especially once the stream gets more populous.
Agreed. Yeah, this is really interesting to think about.
Yeah, because I also like the aspect. Sorry to interrupt. My bad. This is
No,
not.
you're good.
Is a really quick interjection. I like the aspect of it where there's a chat, and yoinking to me also is like for people who are not active chatters, they can still kind of like participate in yoinking, basically. It's like a way to kind of like be participating without like having to feel like you need to be chatting right now to feel seen, I guess.
That's
Interesting.
true.
You were saying before, Colfax, my bad.
No, you're okay. I just have a lot of thoughts. I'm thinking things through as you guys talk. I do. You're right. This is a cool design space. Well, it does make me think of a little bit, like you were saying, Cam, with YouTube. I know this is maybe what you were getting at, that you can like subscribe to the streamer or whatever for, $5 a month. You have priority chat, right? Where it's like, I don't know if it stays on the screen longer or if it's just a different color. I'm not saying we do that exactly, but to your point, there are kind of endless things we can do. The Yoink idea is super fun. I like the engagement aspect of that, which beyond just like, look at my words, it's cool.
Look at my words.
Right. These are good words, you guys. So yeah, the conversation of what is to be yoinked, I think, is an interesting one.
Should it be the up arrow?
It might want to be the up arrow.
Right.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, it could be cool.
Because on Farcaster, it's yoink the flag, right? It's the
Right.
flag.
Mm-hmm.
Because we could do a flag too. And UI wise, that would be also easy. There's a flag emoji, and I'm sure there's plenty of flag SVG icons or whatever we can pull to use as well. Up arrow would be like a little bit more spot on the brand. But in terms of like functionality and how technically it would work, it's literally the same. It's literally just the icon would be different, The implementation of it, I mean.
Well, whatever feels most exciting to hold, for that time. If it is a up arrow, great. If it's something else that, I don't know.
This reminds me of that video that Swish made and a screenshotted Telegram, yoinking the arrow.
Oh yeah, there it is. That's awesome, actually.
The Roman bust just yoink the arrow.
That's hard, bro.
Yeah, that's fire.
Yoink has a special, it's a special kind of word because I was trying to think if there were other words you could use for this, but the yoink's got a lightness to it, which I don't know if we like. You could put steel. The classic is capture the flag, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yoink's nice.
You're right, though. Yoink is playful.
Yeah.
And
It's like poke on Facebook, where it's like,
yeah.
like what is it? What is it actually? Yeah, it's low stakes. Steel feels high stakes. Capture feels high stakes. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, yoink is like, give me that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that real quick.
I'm gonna take that. Yeah. There's nothing you can do about it. Yoink is like, you can't do anything about a yoink, bro. They yoinked it.
Yeah. Yoink would be yoink, bro. Yeah, I like it.
But
So
is it a
yoinking-
branding? Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, so is it for like some sort of space, or is it just like a counter, like with the yoink Farcaster thing, or like I wasn't sure whether we wanted a message attached to it, or is it just pure yoink a flag, but we replace the flag with the arrow kind of clone of the mini app? Like,
I feel like we start without messages because we have the chat thing. So this gives people a way to participate that isn't that distinct. And it's just a way for them to feel seen as well. Like saying that I'm here, but
Right.
I yoink the arrow or yoink the flag.
Well, and another, maybe this is a too big brain to think about for this, but like creating a moment that's like screenshot worthy, where like I want to share that I did whatever the fuck this is, and then they screenshot the stream and post it. Like if we can create a moment like that, that starts to get compelling too.
That would be
Could you
cool.
explain that a little bit?
Basically, create an event or whatever this is, a game. The yoink feels cool enough to where you screenshot the fact that you yoinked this thing, and you
Like
own
it shows up in the
Mhm.
corner, like Colfax is holding the whatever it is.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that I hadn't thought about that. That's a good idea.
We have a
Or-
notification system already. We haven't used it. Is the little kind of like toast, basically iPhone style or MacBook style like notification.
See,
We could trigger that real quick.
it's kind of cool.
We could also make it like a system chat message, like have it like pop up in there.
Yeah,
In the
true.
chat.
True. Both.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah, or
both.
fuck
Yeah.
it, why not both, right?
Yeah, because
That's a great-
because if it pops up in the chat, it'll eventually kind of like scroll out of the feed essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But then with the notification, we could have it like the notification will sit there until the user hits dismiss.
Yep.
Mm.
You have it make a sound as well as like a twinkle on.
Woohoo!
That could be cool.
What is that sound? It should make a sound, bro.
Yeah.
The
The air horn.
air horn.
But
It's so
but for
fucking
everyone or
loud.
just the person who yoinked it?
For everyone, I think everyone's got a. Anytime it gets yoinked, it fucking blares that horn. Because I guess if you're the one thing that was in my mind was like, why would I just not yoink the flag for free on Farcaster? Like, and but at least even if it's like a penny to do it on HC, it's still a penny that I've had to connect wallet or whatever to do. But if there's something funny that happens, like some sound, and that sound goes out to everybody,
It
and
would be
nobody
cool.
can hear the stream at that moment. It's funny.
Yeah, I'm definitely more likely to yoink if everybody hears the fucking sound after I do it. I could, it obviously could get very annoying, but hey, maybe it's not.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just fucking hilarious and kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'd have to ramp up the price of it. Like that would be one thing in that situation where you wouldn't want it to be 1 cent every time, because then it could just continue forever.
Yeah. Well,
But then, yeah.
So think about like on a Twitch stream where if you think about this from like a donation perspective, they're technically like donating to the stream.
Right.
And, on Twitch, when someone sends the donation, there's always that's kind of how they incentivize it, right? It's like, oh, my name is on the screen for 3 seconds because I sent $5.
But they can also make it make a sound for the streamer as well. So like the
Totally.
sound, some like incriminating sound pops up or some shit.
No, it's good. And it's thinking further through this. It's a familiar thing.
Yeah.
That what we be doing that's noteworthy is the idea that you're yoinking something as opposed to just paying for your name on the screen.
Right.
So it's thinking about it like that makes a lot of sense, which is unique with the cursor thing that you implemented, Brian. Like, I feel like that kind of opened up this whole conversation.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting for sure. It's definitely a surface to be like, a lot of things can be customizable within it is pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Kind of possibilities are endless, really, which, Yeah.
So then would yoinking then cost money, like to yoink from someone?
Yeah. I think. Well.
Like a small amount makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost negligible, but in some not negligible.
And then for like the first 5 seconds or whatever, 30 seconds, like it's 50 cents or something, right? Like something higher than whatever the original was. And then
Mm-hmm.
it cools down after whatever I'm just using arbitrary numbers, I guess, but like after 60 seconds, it goes right back down. Let's say it's 2 cents, right? It's like 2 cents to yoink. Then it's 50 cents for the next minute. And then after that minute, it goes back down to 2 cents. So at least the person who paid the 2 cents gets it for at least hypothetically a minute, unless someone wants to do the 50 cents.
Yeah.
The tricky thing is like you might like if two people want to yoink at the same time, you might have like one person end up with a failed transaction, which isn't a great user experience, right? Because they both are like, okay, I'm gonna get it for 2 cents, and then one of them does, and then one of them doesn't. And the one who doesn't is like, well, why didn't I? Then they're like, oh, the transaction failed. Like, not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of nice though in terms of like you yoinking it. Like someone just yoinked it faster.
Yeah.
It'll just like too slow.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, if the error message there instead of failed transaction could be like too slow, XYZ yoinked it before you or something like that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's true. It could also be, I mean, just like thinking a completely different direction. Like, it could be like the quarter in the shopping cart thing, where like you get like the person who does it after you kind of like ends up paying you. So you get your money back. It's like a deposit. And maybe like, so maybe it's just like everyone pays the same thing. But then with each, there's also like a little piece that kind of goes to us or something like that. So
That
it's
could
like,
be good.
it's a quarter, but then you get like 24 cents back and 1 cent goes to like this higher. But I don't know. It's just like, that's another mechanism.
I like that concept though of the quarter in the shopping
interesting.
cart.
Yeah. That's compelling.
Yeah. As an interesting
but then
mechanic,
it's
I
like
like it.
spam resistant. Yeah.
It does feel a little bit more gamified in maybe a good way too. So say you implemented that, but you hold on to the idea that there's like a cooldown, or it's a Dutch auction mechanics basically. So would you be getting, say I yoinked for 10 cents and then it went up to $1 on the cooldown, someone yoinked for $1. Would it be like a 50-50 split, just for thinking purposes here? So I then get 50 cents from the guy's dollar that paid after me. I only paid 10 cents for mine, so I just made 40 cents. I don't know if that gets too complicated.
Yeah, that is interesting. Like kind of splitting proceeds like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was even thinking like with the shopping cart, like that there is no price ascension, that instead it's like everyone pays the same amount and you get refunded. The thing that you would want is like time held, right? Like how long have you held the arrow or held the flag before someone else comes and yoinks it back, right? Because that's the real currency is the time held, not like the amount of money spent.
Right.
Yeah, that's interesting. The only thing that, this is so fun to go so in depth on this idea.
I love talking about this stuff.
Yeah,
thinking about it. So.
This is great. The only thing that the split idea may add to this scenario is that it would typically incentivize, well, I guess the other one would too, It would typically incentivize someone to want to always be holding on to this yoinker, right? Or maybe it doesn't.
I think the time actually might work better because then
Yeah.
I think that might work, especially if people are getting refunded majority of what they've spent. Like it's almost like 1 cent to try and hold it for as long as possible. It's almost
Yeah.
Fascinating, actually. Yeah.
It is.
I mean, microtransactions, bro. This is what it is, you know?
God damn it.
We talk about 2 cents, 3 cents transactions. Like, come on. Like, we could fractionalize a penny, dude.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, if we wanted to, we could even get rid of the notion of deposit and just have it be that you just pay 1 cent to yoink it flat the whole time. Because like if you think about the end state, like what's the difference between paying 25 cents and getting 24 back, or just paying 1, right, and getting none back? And I think the difference is that maybe people who don't have 25 cents won't do it. So you'll get less people doing it. Or something like I can't think of another difference, right?
Maybe if the gas fee is below 1 cent, they're like, there's some psychological thing around why am I doing a 1 cent transaction when it costs me more to even do the transaction?
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So maybe we have to make it 10 cents, right? Like, what's a 10-cent transaction? A cent? 1 to 3 cents or something?
Generally base transactions are like a penny or less. You know, that's a good point, because it's also like thinking back to the cart analogy. Like if you were just putting a penny into the cart to unlock it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's just like you would have no incentive to go and like get your penny back because it's just a penny.
Right.
But since it's a quarter, so that also makes me think like maybe there's something besides just the yoink that, or maybe the yoink is just it, but like maybe there's like some other behavior. So the yoink is the start, right? And then at the end, maybe there's something that they can do if they want to, but I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what if when you're holding the yoinked thing, maybe that is some sort of special Minecraft tool. Like you're holding the yoink thing and you want to fucking put it with this. I don't know if we're still on the Minecraft thing, but a one item that is yoinkable and usable is interesting because, like, oh, if I want to build X or I want this particular product, then I need to have yoinked it, and then to be using the yoinked item. But then someone else could yoink it before I managed to do it, so I had to kind of like wait till no one else is online and then yoink it and do my transaction. Something interesting in there, maybe.
Yeah, that is interesting. You could either maybe a blend of both of those. That you get to a certain time, some certain duration, right? And then you get to time is your currency basically at that point. So we don't like have a token, it's just time.
Well, that's the input, right? So like okay, not to jump with too many assumptions, but like HIGHER.ZIP, the streaming platform, blah blah, launching its token. This is how you can get, if you wanted to. This is like the people who have held the arrow the most time only when the stream is active.
Yep.
Right. Because you don't want people like in odd hours just setting up like bots and like, just whatever. but like only when the stream is active. The people that have held the yoink for the longest time, there's like a leaderboard, and it shows like Colfax has held it for a total of 2 hours. You know, Cameron only has for like 5 minutes, and then these could be like inputs to question mark, right? Like,
Yeah.
Something like that feels like almost like a complete game where,
Yeah. Interesting. So like the
Instead of a whitelist, there's a yoink list.
yeah. Or is that like the real distribution method for the token? Like the entire distribution method? Is that what you're going, Cam?
it's a potential path, right? Is that people are like, oh, this is how like I participate to get this thing that seems like it might be valuable. Let me go in and yoink every, you know.
That makes a lot of sense to me, actually, because, as the only distribution method, it seems like niche enough that is like really interesting, right? Because otherwise you could just buy the token in an exchange. If we're saying that like the only way to get it is to yoink this fucking flag, that to me is like, whoa, shit, all right, I gotta actually. There's no, so it's something like no cheating the system. Like you have to be on stream and you have to be yoinking. Yeah, it's like it's a very active thing.
Yeah.
So would you turn yoinks on and off then? Like at the beginning of the stream, we'd turn the yoinking on.
Something like that. Like, yeah, we do an on-chain transaction where it's like now you can yoink. And then people start like,
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's funny.
Yeah. Well, I guess in that case, with even if we we keep the cooldown thing in there, I feel like people would pay the 50 cents. They'd be like, no, I need to yoink this. Like, I'll pay the heightened fee, whatever the heightened fee is, you know.
Yeah.
Which is
true.
Then there you're like, whoa, that's interesting right there in terms of a pricing mechanic. You're like, you could totally just wait and do this for 10 cents. But then if there's a token on the line, I almost feel like people are like, I'd rather just pay the 50 cents, just get more time with the flag.
Yeah. Then ideally you're weighing the value of how much time you've held the yoink,
right,
based on the HZ token value. I'll pay 50
It's
cents.
real crazy math as well. The people who would be yoinking, it's like maybe it's gone 50 cents to 50 cents to $5, and then $5 to $50. Probably no one's gonna yoink it at $50, but maybe it becomes worth it at $10, because if it's gonna go to $100 after that, and there's gonna be a cool down period, like maybe I do jump in at $10.
Like a multiplier. Holy shit, dude! What?
I like that.
Fascinating.
I love this idea, actually. Yeah. It's kind of like, it's a little bit like staking in the abstract, you know?
How so?
Or maybe it's not. It feels like staking to me, but you're staking your USDC, right? In theory, right? You're expecting yield from.
It's very strange, weird. It's a very weird pre-sale.
Yeah.
It's a very weird pre-sale in a way. Well, yeah, because people are buying time on the flag or time on the arrow more than anything else. I guess the idea would be the higher the price you pay for time on the arrow, the longer you'll be able to hold the arrow for, and then the more coins you'd be entitled to. So like we'd have to somehow linearize the cooldown with like the price paid or something, so it made sense from that perspective. So that if someone did end up paying like $1,000 to just yoink it, like they would be holding it for some long period of time, where like, or it would. I mean, there's always the chance that someone would just throw 10,000 immediately after you, and they'd get it for even longer period of time. But there's, well, I mean, what I would personally, I would not recommend doing that.
Yeah. Well,
Some-
in theory, you would you would stay out of any of that and let the market decide on how much they're willing to pay for, probably doesn't get up to 10K, right? Because who the fuck's gonna pay that? So I don't know if we even have to think that deep about it. Maybe we do.
I mean, I feel like if someone would pay 10K, you got it, dude. That's it. You got no one's gonna yoink that from you. You know,
Right.
the game kind of
Well, why-
ends. You know.
No, I think you don't want the richest person just getting it. Like there needs to be sort of like a diminishing thing where it's like maybe going from like it's kind of like this, right? Like this, where like buying 10 seconds might cost 10 cents. Buying 100 seconds might cost 1,000 cents. So it's like 10x, 100x, right? And so it kind of like it gets a point where it's like you get priced out quickly. And the rationale there is like, well, you want other people to participate too. You don't just want like the richest person to be able to kind of like come in and buy the whole stream for the whole period of time. You want like, the guppies in there. And so I don't think it should be like a linear pricing model. It should be like something where like we kind of figure out in our head, okay, these streams are like an hour and a half. Like what's the maximum to have fun that we'd want someone to reasonably occupy it for? And then kind of make that like a borderline, like too much price, right? And then from there, it just goes up even more exponentially. But then, kind of like a gradient from 10 seconds to like whatever that time is. Like we can design the game to make it so that we kind of have space for the whales as well as the guppies.
Yeah. Ideally, there'd be like there's some way in which guppies can accumulate seconds or something.
Right.
And like kind of be annoying to whales who've like bought 10 minutes, but then someone's like, all right, I'll throw $2 at it and I'm going to cut your whale time by like a third. So even though you paid for 10 minutes, you're getting like 6 because I'm jumping in right now.
Well, so
Yeah.
that's the I think
I do have to jump, by the way, but I love this. Let's I'll sync with you guys in Telegram. Let's make a plan around this.
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, man.
Have fun.
Talk to you
Okay.
soon. Peace.
Yeah.
One thing that's super interesting about the mechanic that we're brainstorming on here is that like typically with other pricing models or with pricing in general, it's like you either wait in line because if you don't have money, the thing that you do have is time, right? Or you pay to get to the front, or you pay someone to wait online for you, and then you just get there and get to the front of the line. Whatever I forget I'm trying to think of an exact analogy, but there's kind of like the time versus money trade-off where like people who don't have time or don't want to spend time, their shortcuts are derived from like being able to pay their way to the front, as opposed to people who maybe don't have the money to pay to get to the front of the line. They have to then resort to waiting in line, essentially.
Yep.
So what's interesting, I think, about what we're talking about is that it kind of, the money and the time thing seems to be going hand in hand here, right? Like you're paying for the time. So what reward would there be for people who essentially don't have the money to financially compete, or maybe don't want to financially compete, right? Like, is there a way for them to win as well, or maybe not? Maybe the mechanic is just money.
Well, you could look at it in the exact same way that you just described. I'm thinking about like Supreme drop,
Right.
right? Like you don't have money to buy it on resale later, so you get to the fucking store
Right.
at 2 a.m.
Right.
To get your bag. It's like, well, if you don't have money to fight for this yoink, show up at the fucking stream at the very start and hope you get a little juice. You know, I don't know if that's the best way to think about it, but you know,
Yeah.
because you also don't want to. I mean, well, maybe we do, but it seems like you don't want to disincentivize people giving us money.
Right.
You know, if someone wants to $100 yoink, fuck, good, thank you.
That's your money.
great.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, appreciate HZ, thanks you. But
Yeah, it's true.
I also do think the idea of like yoinks going down constantly is the most fun piece of that puzzle, right?
Yeah. That's true.
Maybe it is just one single price then. And why did we move away from that? What was the reason we moved away?
I don't know. It was the topic of the token being involved, I think, was what pushed us away from the single price. Right? Why did we move away from that?
I forget. I think the only thing I remember is the cooldown aspect of like having so like at least if someone yoinks, they have like a period where they can feel like they're rewarded for the yoink by just merely having the flag, and to disincentivize someone from like stealing a yoink when someone maybe has only had the yoink for like 2 seconds
Yeah.
is the increased price of it. Increasing the
Right.
price. That's the only kind of thing that I remember about the motif of increasing the price. I don't really remember how we got to where we are now.
You're right. You're right. Because it doesn't seem like, to me, it doesn't seem maybe fair even that. Well, what am I trying to say here? I like the cooldown as a monetary ticker as opposed to a specific duration, even though they're kind of the same thing. Fuck, bro.
Maybe it works out that you can cap the amount, the max yoink price. Like if we cap the yoink price at $15 for a yoink is like the max someone can pay, then you get a free minute. Like a minute is no one can yoink within that minute, and then the cooldown begins, which is like that way you get guaranteed time at the top.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea. But
Yeah, I think I oh, sorry.
What's the reasoning for guaranteeing time? You know, doesn't it? To me, it makes sense that if you want to guarantee your time, you would spend more to yoink it, right? Or does that not make sense?
Yeah, how is the price set, I guess, right? It would, I guess we haven't honed in on that portion of it, is like to yoink it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess first in terms of the UX, right? To yoink it, you would have to approve a transaction.
Yoink or not to yoink, that's the question. All right.
No worries. You would have to approve a transaction, right? Is the thing, right? Because how else, right?
Mhm.
How else would you be able to yoink it then?
Right.
So then, like the price of it, where is that derived from? I guess, right? Like Is that what we're saying is on the timer then, or is it on the price that the person paid to Yoink, right? Or is it a predetermined price and then a slider? You know what I mean? Like what in the UX there? Like what is actually the
Mm-hmm.
flow that's happening, right? You click Yoink, then what? It's already a price. You don't get to change that price, and the price is what it is, or do you get to set a price and then based on that price that you set, you get to keep the flag for a certain amount of time? Like I guess that's my question.
Yeah, that
I
is a
think you
good
could
question.
pre-sale before the stream begins. You could have like a yoink bidding thing, like the first, like people bid, kind of like getting in line. It's like, oh, I'm going to bid 1 cent for
Oh,
to
cool.
hold the flag when the thing
Starts.
opens.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Mm-hmm. That's intriguing.
Like a small auction, which is like taking place during the countdown of like right before a stream starts.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yep. And then after that, I'm picturing, just so my brain can visualize this. I'm just picturing this Yoink icon as a fucking dollar sign right now that ticks down. So you have the pre-sale before the stream. It's sold for $10. Stream starts, your dollar sign starts at 10 and ticks down from there. And to me, the fun part at that point is me trying to decide at what point is worth it for me to buy this, based on how much I'm willing to spend and how soon I think, or what price these other folks are going to start wanting to yoink themselves.
You could even you could have ongoing auctions. You could have auctions that go on like from every $10, it just like goes down, and then whenever it hits the highest bid, a new auction happens again.
That's how I'm picturing it, but without bidding, because if it's Dutch, top, high to low, the auction's kind of happening the whole time in your head until you're willing to click that button. So the auction is happening. You just don't have to take action until it
hits your required price. Yeah.
Right, like I'm willing to spend $2. And once it gets to 210, I'm like, shit, some other people are probably willing to spend $2. I'm gonna buy it 205, and then it resets the. No, but that doesn't work either, because then if it's at 205, then would it just continue to drop, or does it bump back up? I'm confusing myself.
I think it would have to bump back up.
I think so.
I think you'd have to bump back up, like you want to pick a time period that isn't too long, that isn't too short, that's like, all right, I'm basically bidding on a max of 90 seconds or a max of 3 minutes of time. How much am I willing to pay for 3 minutes on the leaderboard, knowing that it'll probably only stay with me for, if someone else is willing to pay $5, it'll only stay with me for 90 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you kind of price it like that, where it becomes like 3 minutes is $10, but you're not going to get all 3 minutes.
Yeah, you're
trying to pay as little as possible for 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm understanding there. It does now seem to make sense to me that you would have a timer in conjunction with the price, right?
Yeah. I mean, the cooldown would have to be, call it cooldown, call it a time countdown time. Call it the
what could be cool to not to complicate things a little bit more is to kind of figure in, or from a, I guess, business operation perspective, is to really hone in on like what the cost of streaming is, divide that in half, and then we would have the producers of shows pay half, and then the Yoink pay for the Yoink thing pay for essentially half. So like these auctions, then whatever we're pricing the minute to, we would figure out what the figure is that actually costs money for us from the live peer perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And then just be
Mm-hmm.
like, Yoink pays, the price of a minute is like a tenth of a cent because live peer charges us a thousandth of a cent for transcoding or something, whatever the price margin is there.
That would be one way to do it. I just think, I mean, it makes sense if the cost of stream is really high. I think then it makes sense to have what does it? I think, I don't know if it makes sense to tie those things together exactly, because you never know when someone's going to yoink it anyway. You don't know if they're going to yoink right at the bottom, or you don't know if people are going to get into like yoinking at the top. You really don't know. If you have a few people who really want time and everybody's trying to get time, then lots of people are playing $9 and they're all getting like 8 seconds each. That's different from one person getting 10 minutes from a $2 yoink that no one else wanted to pay until, or someone getting whatever it is, 3 minutes from $2 because no one else wanted to pay until it got the 10 cents. And then you have wars around 10 cents or 11 cents. And then basically 3 minutes becomes 11 cents when in a different market condition, 3 minutes is $9 or even more expensive, really.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't thinking about it from the perspective of like obviously we want the biggest margins, right? In terms of like what it costs us to stream versus like what people are paying. So in an ideal world, yeah, $9, $10 would be sick, because I know for a fact live peer doesn't charge us $10 per minute to stream. You know what I mean?
Right.
So anything above whatever live peer charges us. But like, I guess just because I was thinking about this lately, is like the cost of a cup of coffee is like what the cup costs and what the water costs and like the portion of coffee beans, right? And whatever that equals, versus like the $3 that you're selling it for, right? Like there's a cost of doing business for like, let's say a cup of coffee. So I was thinking like what's the lowest that we could price the yoink based on like what it takes to stream essentially. And maybe it doesn't make sense to do it that way. You might be right too, but in terms of max price, yeah, it would be sick if it was 10, 100, whatever, anything above what it costs us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think I don't know if it works as I don't know if the framing of pricing the yoink works from the perspective of, if 1,000 yoinks happen during the stream, at 10 cents or whatever folks decide is worthy, that's great. If it, to me, a 1,000 yoinks at 10 cents is more compelling of a goal than one yoink, at $100.
Yes.
Totally.
So, yeah, I think that's probably how I feel about it.
So the reason so
it's disconnected, really, is what it is.
Yeah, you kind of you just want a fixed price then, and you just kind of.
Well, there is the demand aspect though that is kind of interesting, like you said, right? Whereas like at different times and even different streams, I would say primarily different streams, people would value that yoink more than others, right? Like if we have a show where like it's pretty clear that like that guest is going to pull a lot of viewers, a yoink would be worth more money in that case. And that price would be determined by the audience determining that fact.
Right.
Like we're not setting the price there.
Free market.
Right, exactly.
I like the idea of it being free market. The thing there, though, the thing therein lies is why would it be? It's not stupid. It's not a stupid idea. This is like the only time I've considered a coin being like the right thing to do. Because why would this, to touch on that real quick, why would like the stream with Steve Jobs, why would that yoink be more valuable unless I'm receiving something specific to denote that I was yoinking during that stream, I suppose? Is that true? Is that fair? Or
I know. I think that it's valuable because everybody else is watching,
Right.
and your name pops up on screen.
Right.
Mm,
Exactly.
okay, I'm here.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That helped me.
That's
helped
why
me
someone
square
would pay more for it, is because like, oh, I know that Steve Jobs is going to pull millions of viewers, and then I can just plug my app, like whatever the fuck, you want to plug.
So that's all with the understanding that what they're buying is airspace, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
And that's why I was thinking about the live peer thing, because airspace does have a cost to it.
I'm understanding. Okay. So then it brings us back to that UI conversation that you started, Brian, of like,
What's the
what is
process
that
there?
airspace that, is incorporated with the yoink action? Is it just like Twitch does it? Is it the notification in the chat too? Is that enough?
Yeah, I wonder. I think definitely the initial notification, like, Colfax has yoinked the flag, definitely. Like that definitely has to go in the chat. I don't know the inherent value of that though, because some of like that obviously is dependent on like chat volume, about
Mhm.
it depends on like how long that will stay on the screen, depends on the volume of how much chats are going. So that, although it seems mandatory, I don't know that exactly is where the value probably lies.
Probably not. No.
The notification one is an interesting one, but we would have to change the notification to be like,
Maybe it's in the ticker.
yeah, I was gonna say that
In the
there's a
ticker
ticker
tape.
idea that we haven't implemented in yet. Well, we have the toast notification that we have built into the site, and we could totally trigger that at any moment. And for example, everyone might get that message too.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like if you could consider it, like on any trading view or whatever, that green ping when higher price goes up, red ping, but it's like a ping on the ticker tape that's like Chamaquito, just yoinked from whoever, and then that scrolls until the next yoink happens.
Right.
That maybe starts to get there.
Yeah, I think definitely the ticker would be a vibe, like on the site itself, not on the live stream.
Agreed.
Which I guess it would
Yeah,
be the
on the
live stream as a final product, but like the live streamer wouldn't control the ticker essentially. The ticker would fire off on the site.
Right. Does that get you far enough? Is what I'm wondering. What do you think, John?
Yeah, it depends if it's just yoinking for clout or if it's yoinking so that I can advertise an app or something. I think they're distinct things.
Maybe
I think
you
even
get the whole tape. You get to write whatever you want on the tape.
You
and
just
it
get a
fucking
tape.
Scrolls
Yeah.
until
Maybe it scrolls
obviously
once, like from left to right once. And then like you have to then maybe you get an additional, almost like pulling a yoink gives you like an additional type clicker.
yeah, I was
Like-
thinking that.
Like a
Yep,
different
agreed.
clicker, and then with that separate clicker you can like, yeah, determine what text goes on the ticker, or like whatever, other, like another toolkit essentially. And maybe that's the thing
I
that
like
you're yoinking, is that clicker.
Agreed, because we need something that is to be yoinked the clicker makes sense.
Yeah, it's a special clicker that can click special things and change special things. That kind of makes sense. And then it kind of makes sense, like, all right, I would pay more so that I have two whole minutes to actually do something. Because if I only pay 10 cents and someone yoinks it off me immediately, then I didn't change anything.
I like this. So would you just give them access to that fucking ticker tape until somebody else yoinks it?
Right.
Like maybe they change the color. Maybe, you know, they can change the font of the tape and put whatever fucking message they want in there. Even if, you know, potential for redacted ass messages, but that's kind of fun also.
Yeah.
You know, like, you see the clips on Twitch where like they'll donate and send a message, but they just put all sevens. So it's like 777 quadrillion trillion 777 million 707, and it just,
I've never seen that.
you know,
It's
it's
hilarious.
retarded. Like, it's so fucking stupid, but like it makes me laugh every time. I'm 31, bro. It makes me laugh every fucking time. You know what I mean? Like, if I saw some dumb shit on the ticker tape, like, I personally would enjoy that. Maybe there's folks that wouldn't, but
Yeah.
I think the only problem you run into there is, like, say you do get Steve Jobs on there. Does Steve
Right.
Jobs want, you know, what does he care what's running underneath his face on HIGHER.ZIP
Right.
stream?
A penis drawing. Like, is he cool with just like,
he's, you know, it definitely sets a vibe, right? I guess that's more of a question for us than it is for Steve Jobs. Is, you know what, you're doing this talk. Do you want me to write, you know, dick and balls like 60 times across the tape while people are viewing? You know, it's like, do you start like moderating that? It gets
exactly.
a little,
It does get a little
I'm not
dicey
sure.
there.
It gets a little like,
What you could do, then this is one way of abstracting it a little bit, is you could have basically a Claude prompt there, and if you've got the ticket, then another box opens up, and you get to prompt how the Claude changes shit. So you're like,
That's cool.
I want it to be more, make it like blue and shit, and then we've already given prompt instructions to Claude to be like, you need to give an output that is like this, so it will change these things. You could try and prompt engineer crazy shit to come into it, but we could also have some stuff in the instructions like avoid saying, you know, these words or whatever.
That could be cool, honestly, because then you're making a prompting scenario for the person to then be like, all right, what message, like, how do I have to prompt this for like the target phrase that I want to display on this ticker to actually come out?
That's interesting.
It opens up like a little moment of creativity in that sense, where it's like, I have the
And if you
yoink.
were advertising some app as well, and your first prompt was a bit shit, you just typed advertise fly.app or whatever, and then it just said try fly.app, and it came up and it looked a bit boring, and you'd be like, fuck, I'm gonna pay $10 again to just be more creative this time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's compelling.
I know that feels unique as well. I don't know how easy it would be to implement, but I know that playing with Claude before to bring up those infrared things, you know, it was getting there. Like it explained to me how it would do it, like how it would, you know, take an input and make sure that every time it outputted some sort of like HTML graphic that could overlay onto an image. So I think it is possible.
Yeah. Yeah, it would just cost us cents every time, you know, which would then, I guess we could tie that into whatever the cost of yoinking would be, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the Claude API over time would get pinged, but it's not too expensive to do, especially if we limit the size of prompt.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been using it for customizing resume, and I think it costs me like 4 cents every time I make a resume, essentially. It's not that crazy.
Yeah. Cheap as hell, actually, thinking about it like that.
Yeah.
4 cents for a resume. That's a fucking good price.
That's fucking classic, bro. Customized for this specific job, dude. Amazing.
You used to have to pay pretty penny for a resume, dude. 4 cents. But, yeah. So okay, this is awesome. I love this. Are we? And obviously, this conversation will continue. For now, does the ticker tape seem like a good idea for this, as far as what someone's buying of canvas?
Yeah, I think it would be a great starting point. Although I think that really quickly, as creative as we are, we'll think of other things. Like we've already even named the air horn here, and like little things like that. So I'm sure that toolkit would probably evolve over time. But I think the ticker is a good first start.
And I think I would frame it more as like yoinking this special clicker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or a
exactly.
special clicker,
Exactly.
Rather than, yeah.
And then the clicker would then expand tool wise. Like there'd be different things you could do with the first one being the ticker, and then like later on it could be some other thing. And maybe that's even where like the airdropping thing that we've talked about way back in the day, I guess, where it's like you want to airdrop people on stream, like this would be part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And or using Yoink data for receiving airdrops too.
Right.
Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Well, yeah, and both. So you could have people who have yoinked the clicker and done things with it, could be a certain airdrop list. And you could also give the yoinker the opportunity to airdrop stuff to the chat at that moment.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Yes. That's fucking cool.
Yeah. Then you wanna pay for this fucking thing. That's a whole another incentive. It's a different level of incentive.
Mm-hmm. That's compelling.
And now it's almost less about how much time it's almost now people will want to, we're giving you a lot of value for you. People will want to pay to have the time with it. Like 10 cents, if someone's going to yoink it off you within 10 seconds, then you don't want to pay 10 cents. You want to pay something that's going to stave off the.
Mm-hmm. And who knows? Maybe somebody is like, "Fuck it, this is a 2-hour stream, paying $100, and I'm putting my prompt up on the ticker for an hour, too, maybe the whole time."
Yeah.
That's interesting. I want to dig into it on a technical level, because at first glance, it seems like a very simple thing to do, because I could just duplicate the current clicker and boom, we have the clicker from a utilitarian perspective. But now it's like, how would I tie that into then like basically broadcast actions, right? Like right now, if I click the channel up and channel down button on my clicker, it only changes the channel for my instance of the website. So this new clicker would have to change the instance for everyone who's on the site at that moment.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
That's a fun little hurdle there. Yeah.
Is that possible even?
It's got to be possible.
It's
because
definitely
you can
possible.
See other people's cursors.
Exactly.
And so it's just at that layer you're gonna have to put some other overlay.
Exactly. That's what it is. It's gonna be some kind of like overlay of broadcast actions, I guess is probably what I'm gonna call it,
Mm-hmm.
And then that's the thing that we would be adding to. We would just that layer is what we would be stacking tools up on.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm understanding.
In my mind, I'm calling it the right clicker, and I'm imagining people right clicking to be able to drop a menu of like interesting things.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
Someone joined the right clicker.
Custom right click. That's hard as fuck.
Yeah. What would the icon be? Would it be the down arrow? Because the current one is the up arrow. I guess that just flashed. I know we said we would never use the down arrow, but like could be interesting, I guess.
I was imagining some like huge fucking thing that like had some fucking tail off it. Like you could see it moving around.
Like
A trail effect is awesome, actually.
It is. See that, bro? And it. Oh, fuck. This is so exciting. What? Yeah. What? I'm gonna have to think about this visually. I don't have any ideas right now.
Yeah, yeah, visually is interesting. I mean, because the thing is that you'll only see what it ever looks like if you yoink.
Okay.
Well,
So,
that's depending, because we have to have some sort of interface for the yoink. Like, what do I click to yoink it?
well, they would be the right click, no?
Mm,
Like the right click, everyone can see, but the actual clicker, the right clicker, you won't see unless you actually yoink.
yeah. It only.
But then everyone will see the results, right? The actions. Everyone will see whatever confetti, whatever you trigger with that tool set, everyone will see that, the results of it, but they won't see like the clicker itself unless you hold it for however much seconds or whatever.
Yeah. It may want to, unfortunately, thinking, and this is up to us to decide how much we want to cater to it, but thinking about mobile, it may want to be a standalone clicker always, or is it built into the current clicker? Like the yoink button itself?
Oh yeah, yeah, it should be. It should be. You're right. It should be. And speaking of that, because the goal eventually is to remove the channel up and channel down buttons, and if that's the case, then that leaves us with only two buttons, which is the picture-in-picture one and the mute button.
So we'd have those two and yoink.
Right, it would be a third. The other one I was thinking about, and actually not to backtrack in the combo here, but like the chat button. Should we have the chat button in the clicker instead of off to the side separately?
I like it where it is, just because it's like open all the time and it's intuitive.
Same.
Yeah.
I agree. I love the idea of putting it inside just the one clicker, but I agree with you, John, that I do like it where it is.
Yeah. It just
What
makes a
about
lot
like
of
a
sense there.
screenshot button or
Oh.
like a clipping button? Is that
John?
interesting?
Screenshot and clipping would be fire.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Like just an image.
Just a full screen, whatever.
Yeah, that could be
See,
cool.
that's a good idea.
Clipping, I think, would be like a little bit of advanced
Yeah.
thing, but definitely I think we need to do that at some point soon because, yeah, clipping is just where it's at, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Does sound advanced.
The other one is, how do you guys feel about the option to hide the feed, the chat feed? So right now, the chat button, all it does really is open and close that dialogue to write your chat message in. But the other one that's kind of in there is the feed itself. And I wonder, I kind of didn't tackle this because I felt like maybe we never want people to hide the chat at all.
I'd kind of be there, to be fair.
You're what?
I'd kind of be there with like not letting them ever completely hide it.
Yeah.
But I think maybe there's like, you can minimize it. So at the moment it shows me 5 messages essentially. You could make it so it's like 2 messages or 1 message and you can move it around the screen. Like those, I think those things together would feel like, okay, I can't escape this, but at least if someone's streaming, screen sharing something on that side of the screen, I can move it around if I need to get out of the way, or if I really hate the chat, if it's moving too fast for my eyes and I don't like it, I can put it down to one small thing Or I don't know, maybe that's not a reason you'd want it to be small, but
So then
I think
maybe,
yeah.
maybe that button then should be in the clicker to change the size of the feed, essentially.
Yeah, I'm backtracking on even changing the size of the feed though, really. I'm not sure that that's a good idea. I kind of like the idea of being able to move the chat around, if that's a possibility. Like if it is like a inside window that you can move around.
Interesting, yeah.
Like if I could grab where the chat button is now in its green form, if I could click and drag it somewhere and the whole chat moves with it, that would feel like that side of the screen isn't taking up the whole time, but it's just intuitive that that's where I probably want to have it.
So right now, there's essentially two components here that make up the chat itself, and one is the feed and one is the composer. And I after a certain point I started thinking about them as two totally separate things. So they are kind of like detached. I can I can place the composer wherever I want separately. I could also place the feed wherever I want. As I was developing it, that's what kind of ended up happening. The first iteration of it that I didn't publish was just like, obviously they were both baked in together all the time. But I found the UI just much better in this context, especially with the idea of like collapsing and minimizing the dialogue box. So like that dialogue didn't have to be open at all times. Which then that thought was then what snowballed into like, all right, well then the feed is just gonna, if that's what it is, then the feed is up all the time and no question there. But I do like that idea of collapsing or just changing the height of it essentially, you know. So right now it's like basically, I think it's, oh, funny enough, actually, I changed it to 69% of the height of the browser.
Nice.
So, but we can have the button and the clicker change that to what, you know, be 10% of the viewer height, of the viewport height, 50% or whatever in that case, if we wanted to do that. Dragging it around is also interesting. Being able to drag it around is also interesting.
How did we get onto this? Were we just looking for the buttons to put in the clicker?
We were talking about the Yoink clicker, the separate clicker, and then we kind of, I think we had some crossover as to like the existing clicker and all that stuff.
I don't know if we want to. I think it is valuable space, especially if Yoinks are going to pop up in the chat.
Yeah,
It's valuable for that chat to not be, it shouldn't be too hideable. Almost, you want it to be like, you want to be it's part of the experience on purpose.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
So maybe that's it
interesting.
then. It's just, that is what it is. There's no minimizing the feed essentially. I do kind of like that actually.
It's a great spot to be in.
And it's
At
fucking
this point,
translucent and shit. Like, it's not really blocking that much things, honestly.
No, it seems fine. If we, if we get feedback that people are like, "Fuck this, I want to minimize it," then sure, But for now,
Yeah,
I don't find it to be an issue.
yeah. All right. So then the V2 clicker, what am I calling it? The Yoink clicker. First and foremost is like the broadcast mechanic is something that I think I have to figure out in terms of like how that would work, how that would send messages to everyone who's on the site in that moment.
Yes.
It's a layer. It's a whole layer. It's a whole separate layer. Right now, the layers we have is obviously the live stream itself, or the television is what I call that layer, which is basically in charge of like whatever's displaying on the screen. If you change the channel, it's pre-recorded stuff, but it's the live peer layer. This new layer we added is the chat layer. That's its own layer, and it's honestly a little bit of like a more of an interaction layer. So that's where like the reactions live as well. Basically chat and reactions. The clicker is a layer, but it's just a control thing. There's not really much else to it other than just like changing the channel, muting, and all that stuff. And that's it. So essentially it'd be adding another layer, which would be kind of like a yoink layer, I guess.
Yep. That makes sense to me. You're the boss, bro. I don't know anything.
Yeah, and I think that yoink layer would be this basically essentially the same size as the television layer because it's full screen. It's the whole thing. And then that's where we're doing all the things that we plan to do in the future in terms of like what does yoinking get you?
Mm-hmm.
At first it'll be ticker, but in the future it could be a fucking air horn sound effects. It could be confetti. It could be whatever, honestly. Our imagination is the limit there.
Yep. That makes sense. Yeah, we could have a lot of fun with sound effect.
Yeah.
You know.
It'd be funny to do like a temple run also. Like throw temple run up for everybody just to be like just to see it.
That would be funny.
But it would be like
the
a up
possibilities are
arrow.
endless.
It would be like an up arrow navigating through the temple or something like that. You know, like something really weird.
Yeah, or collecting those arrow coins
Yeah.
or something. That's funny. I like it. I love this direction. We like unlocked something we weren't even trying to unlock today, I feel like.
Yeah, word monetization, baby. That's what it is. Ways to monetize. So
It's real. Yeah.
I guess the final
Go ahead.
piece that I wanted to ask about too is the shop button. Right now, clicking that just takes you directly to the calendar. And I think that's awesome right now if we have just one product. But if we want to add more products, then I would think it requires like an additional page that shows all of our products before like, so clicking shop would show all of our products. And then when you click
Yep.
each product, that takes you to the product page.
Yep.
Should I even worry about that at the moment, or we're just we're waiting on that anyway? Okay.
No, like we talked about, whatever makes sense for the Field Notes stream to be successful that's the focus seemingly.
Do we want this yoink feature to be around for then too?
If
I mean, it would be
possible,
cool.
yeah, would be cool.
Because I think that would take some collabing with Cameron a little bit because the transaction mechanics and how that would work.
Yeah, I mean, if it works in time, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. You know.
Yeah.
We don't. Let's not push on anything that doesn't seem like it makes sense for the timeline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just as long as folks can get on, chat, and watch the stream, that's a product. You know, for the first event like this, if all that works, you know, I feel like
the last piece I'm going to do is just that, like the Google Meets reaction type of reaction. That's the only thing that's not on there yet, which I think would like set us on a solid like V1 essentially. And then obviously there's that, and then there's the thing that Cameron said he was going to take a look at to make sure all like the permapool stuff still works, et cetera, et cetera. And then it's literally just UI after that. So if you guys have thoughts on that, definitely shoot them over as well. If there's anything confusing, out of order, fonts are too big, font is wrong, blah, 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 all design notes, definitely feel free to send those over too.
Sure.
And then I'll do the hitting enter thing also, hitting enter to send a chat.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That'll be nice.
That's one thing you could put in the clicker is the reactions.
Interesting.
I don't know where you're going to put them otherwise. The Google Meet reactions
Yeah,
thing.
that's true. I was going to add another button potentially. I hadn't even thought about that. You're right. Well, it was going to be a keyboard shortcut is the first and foremost, but the thing is that even if it is going to be a keyboard shortcut, people still do need the actual UI for it as well. Like there has to be basically a combination of the two, I think.
Could you put it in the dialog box?
Yeah.
Like at the bottom.
That's
There's
another
like
place. Yeah.
4 emojis under where you type. What's that called? Fucking prompt section.
Yeah, dialogue box, yeah.
Dialog box? I don't know. Put it next to Claude. That makes sense to me. Clicker would also be cool. I don't have a strong preference, I suppose.
I get one question is, Brian, is the reactions layer, like whatever it is, clapping hands, whatever people are going to be able to do, is that like, would that be a proto version of the clicker layer? Is that part of that layer? Is that layer, do they appear on top of the chat or behind the chat?
Which layer? Which layer?
The reactions layer.
It would emit from the cursor.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Sick.
It's like, you know, like
I
if you hit the clapping emoji, you see how it like comes up on top of your video basically, or you know, whatever other person's video. So it'd be like that, but it would just emit from the cursor. And
That's awesome.
and that's built, it's kind of already built in with live blocks. The thing that when also caveat there is I'm going to do the $30 a month whenever we get closer to the real event, so that it removes that like black box that's covering the live blocks logo thing, all that.
Forgot about that.
So yeah, I'll do that. And that'll basically make it, it's actually really cool. The way it works, the way that live blocks engineered it is that essentially you would hit a keyboard shortcut or the UI to determine what emoji you want to emit from your cursor. And then clicking the cursor would then emit that emoji, right? And
Ooh,
so,
interesting.
and it would emit it like once, right? But if you clicked and hold it, it emits it a lot. A lot. It goes crazy.
That's fucking hilarious.
So yeah, they I mean, I can't take any credit for that. That's literally just live blocks. I just have to implement it to our stuff.
I love it. That is fun.
Yeah, they actually have a lot of cool features. Like the cursor thing, that was all them. All I did was just change it to a green dot. And you know what I mean? Like I didn't really do much.
It doesn't matter. You made it work, bro.
It was fun.
That's badass.
It's a live stream experience that I don't think many people have, bro, because like Twitch, there's no multi-cursors, right? Like it's literally just a chat room.
Yep.
Like we're basically taking like Figma and Twitch and combining, you know?
I like this. I like that framing.
It's kind of what it is, yeah.
And then soon to be Yoinks.
Next level, dude. That's next level.
If we get that to fucking work,
yeah,
that's insane, bro. That's so cool.
Yeah.
It feels on brand as well. It's very, very on brand with the whole thing.
Yeah.
I agree. And it doesn't feel gimmicky, you know. It just kind of feels fun.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love
it's
the
not-
microtransaction layer too. Like that's like, it's the price is low enough where like you honestly don't really have to think about doing it. It's really the choice actually becomes like, would this be fun for me to participate, rather than like, can I afford to participate in it?
Agreed. I think that's a great perspective on the design goals behind the Yoink. It's like, make somebody want to have fun with it first and foremost.
Right.
make people laugh too. Like, you know, if I see someone do something that makes me laugh, then I'll be like, yeah, I want to try that out. I'm gonna yoink it. All
Yeah.
right. Cool.
Cool.
Good shit. And Brian, I'll spend some more time. I know it's getting closer and closer. I'll spend some more time working on flyers. I only did fucked around for a little bit last night. Like I said, I've been lagging hard, but I'll push on that a little bit more. John, I've been loving what you've been sharing.
Yeah, that's fine.
The pop bubbles and the like coming out of the mountains and shit was crazy.
Yeah.
That was really nice. What was that other one that you sent? That latest one.
The mouse.
The
Say
mountain.
again. Oh, the mouse. Yeah, the
Oh,
first
yeah.
one you sent. That mouse was fucking. I'm gonna use that as reference for Midjourney, bro. That's heat.
This one's fire. I really like this one.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, I
good.
mean, I just saw flyers in the chat and I was like, oh, I wonder what that'll be fun to play with. So that's all them. Feel free to
Crazy.
use if you want. I've
Crazy.
got loads of other ones that I've generated that I can. These are like kind of the ones I thought were probably the best. But yeah, feel free. I mean, I only used everything you shared in the Power High chat. I just put that onto mood board basically, and then just what was I saying to him? Mid journeys at him for me apparently. Technical luxury product image taken through a high resolution infrared camera. Speech bubble.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, anything you want to share, always please do. It's nice to see. You got an awesome style. It's fun.
I really like the idea of the poster having outdoor vibes, you know, which I think
Okay.
which is why I like that mountain with the chat bubble. I'm like, oh, this is like I'm at a park.
Yeah. The field notes is like it's a strong visual for me. Like when you say the word field notes, like it definitely drives something home.
Yeah.
Is that the title you're still running with?
Yeah, I honestly haven't even really had time to sit and really hone in on a title. So it might just be
like
it. And honestly, Jose introed me to this event person at this office, the Automatic office. You guys know Automatic?
Mm-mm.
It's basically the company that now owns Tumblr, I believe.
I saw you said something about Tumblr.
Well, yeah, I was thinking back in the day, 3 weeks ago, probably. I was thinking about making a Farcaster client that's literally just like the Tumblr app, but for Farcaster. I think that's what I said about Tumblr.
Yeah, I remember that back in the day.
But one of the leads is the Automatic offices. They have to host this event, which would be fire.
Sick.
There's two really dope leads, actually. One is that one, and the other one is Lighthouse. It's called Lighthouse, which is basically like a Soho House type of thing for creative people. But they have their office space is the old Kickstarter offices. Do you know about this place? You might be able to Google it. It's fucking fire, dude. Like, it has a terrarium inside of it, a bunch of like, what's that called? Like bridges or like walkways. You know what I mean? Like, it's in Greenpoint. It's pretty fire.
Oh yeah,
Do they have pictures of the inside? I'm sure they have to. It's so gorgeous in there.
God damn it, I gotta fucking read this article for free. Yes, please. I ain't paying for that. Yeah, it does say it's now it's a Soho House for
Lighthouse, yeah.
creators. You're in. All
It's
right.
for like video people, basically, I think, or like podcasts and videos.
Oh no shit. Yeah, this is dope.
So yeah, those are kind of the ones. I've reached out to a few other people that are just basically like venues and restaurants and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. What you were saying, Jose's leads were maybe more promising.
Well, yeah, that's the automatic office and the lighthouse one. Those are his leads. Um, those would be, bro. If we got either one of those offices, it would be a wrap, dude. What? It would be crazy. And obviously, they have the
That'd be
Wi-Fi to do a live stream as well. Restaurant is kind of like up in the air, I guess. You don't even know how powerful their thing is. It's kind of have to wing it, I guess.
Yeah, good point. Fuck this Kickstarter one is insane, bro.
Right. That
So
that
can you generally like go? Do you get like a membership to like work there?
yeah. Yeah.
It's like work from home, like co-works type shit.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's for like podcast productions. So like your membership would maybe like, get you a studio space for a time or so. I don't exactly know how it works.
Bro, where is it at? Is that close to you?
It's in Greenpoint, so kind of, but not really.
Greenpoint. Kind of, but not really.
It's close in a
Oh,
bike.
Okay. So the train goes the opposite way.
Exactly, that's the
basically.
whole thing. Yeah,
I'm learning so much about trains right now, bro.
that
I'm
G to the A fucking transfer is
studying the
crazy.
map. I got the map right. Fuck, bro. Yeah. I'm trying to suss that out. Well, cool. That's fucking awesome. All of those options seem dope. I mean, Jose seems like a sick guy to have kind of brought on for this.
Yeah. Yeah, he's really into the
Cool, man.
idea. Mesh isn't going to work out. Did I tell you guys this? Mesh is not working out because maybe I didn't tell you guys actually. They're doing some kind
You
of,
did say
that they're doing
Yeah,
some
you did.
update or something. And
one of the things I remember thinking when you sent that was actually didn't FWB send something in one of the things saying they wanted you to use their own thing anyway?
ITM, yeah,
That's what I read.
they want me to use this thing called ITM. So it did work out because then I don't have two competing event platforms trying to do the same event, So it does work out in that way because the interesting part to me is that both Mesh and ITM are both from FWB people. Like both of those things are made by people who were kind of born out of FWB.
Mm-hmm.
So in my head, I was like, oh shit, wait a second. What's going on here?
Yeah, that's kind of bizarre.
Yeah. But they have different approaches. I think
Yeah,
Mesh is really cool in the way that they are kind of making the tools to produce events in a way. Right, like they're able to be like, or they're gonna basically make tools where like, if someone RSVPs to your event, you can see what the likelihood of them actually attending even is, and even then, like, are they gonna bring like 4 more people with them? Like like they're basically like doing this whole tool thing is pretty cool.
Is that handled like on the user side? Like I would click attending and say 60% likelihood, and I would be bringing 3-4 people, just kind of fill out like a form.
I don't know how that would manifest in the UI necessarily, but like I definitely think that they would have like I think they already had this, which is like the referral link. So everyone that you invited would like RSVP through your kind of referral link. I don't know if like you're able to see that as the person who invited them. I'm assuming maybe you can. Or like, for example, one tool that I don't even know if they ended up making this, but like if you get 10 people to pay for a ticket, your ticket is free. Like something like that. Like they would like, I know that they have previously talked about doing that type of stuff. I don't know if they ended up finishing that and it's implemented already.
That's maybe something we should consider down the road for the stream. Like if you get 3 people to watch at least X amount of minutes, like we'll send you something.
You just reminded me. Okay. I kind of sneak peeked Jose into the concept that we talked about, which was recurring cost, maybe to access the like TiVo feature that we keep talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's $5 a month and you can access all the pre-recorded things, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
Scene Infrastructure and the company that owns Mesh, basically, they have like an infrastructure that we could potentially use to implement that. And
Interesting.
basically tying that to what you just said, it makes me think of like how integrated is the protocol that they've made, where like, you know, if you know, maybe you invite people to a stream with the referral link and you're able to see like, oh, 10 people clicked this guy's link, you know, and thus being
Yep.
like, because 10 people clicked his link, he gets a free month of higher.zip.
You get the behind the scenes content. You get the Patreon,
Right.
you know, backdoor bullshit.
Exactly.
That's cool. I like that.
Anyway, that's a future thing, you know, we'll cross that
Yeah,
bridge when
right.
we get there, but like there's definitely a vector for collabing with them there.
Bro, you're moving and shaking out there. I swear to God. Badass. I respect your hustle. It's cool. It's cool to get these updates. You're killing it, man.
Oh man, you know, it's for the squad.
For the squad.
Squad. Did you meet these guys through FWB?
Yeah.
Chads. That reminds me, if you have them, I don't know if you do, will you send me over any logos that should be on this flyer so I can start fucking around?
Oh yeah.
I could probably find them
Okay.
somehow.
Well, I got them in the Dropbox, so I got the HIGHER.ZIP logos in there. You have those, right? That's not the ones you're talking about?
Yeah. No, like a FWB logo or I don't know if what Scene or whatever wants to be on
Yeah.
there or just FWB.
Let me ask for all of that.
That'd be nice because that'd just be helpful.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I'll
I'm doing
probably
it now.
just put together like 2 or 3 quickly. So then we can be like, all right, that sucks. Let's not do that or whatever before I mostly was just spending time last night generating Mid-Journey. So I didn't really get into like making a flyer per se, but I got some imagery in the works.
Yeah, that's I mean I like the stuff. I like the what's it called, the artifact. What's that called? Blob tracking. The blob tracking square.
Blob tracking square. Yeah, I like it too. I don't think it's working super well on that image itself, but I do want to play around with that a little bit more because I think it's compelling aesthetic.
Yeah, I like that. Cool.
All right, bro. Yeah, it's too bad we don't have like good images of these motherfuckers. Cause
Yeah, all 3 of them suck.
some
No selfies, these motherfuckers.
typical male.
I know, right?
Typical.
You know, when I was fetching those images, I almost was like going to criticize them, and then I realized that I also don't have any images.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It's relatable. You know, I always look back and I'm like, where the fuck? I don't post any shit. you
Yeah.
know? Like my wife posts photos of me, you know, so like I
Yeah.
could scrub through her Instagram, you know what I mean?
Yeah, same with my girlfriend. She was like showing me pictures of me on her phone, and I'm like, damn, you have so many good pictures of me. Actually, I have 0.
Send me that.
Yeah, let me get it. Let me get an album or something. Jesus.
Yeah, give me a 5x7, all right? Oh shit, wallet sized, bro. That would be funny. Like, give out like little wallet sized photos of those 3 guys at the talk.
That would be hilarious, dude.
I'll shut up.
Can we Can we use that as a seed reference image to make other images of them? Is that enough?
Probably.
Using AI, I
Like,
mean.
yeah, I bet Nano could do it fairly well. Like, they would notice that it's not exactly them, but like we probably wouldn't.
Could we do a school photo, like the classic school photo? That's what you made me think of with the wallet size photo.
That's how they. Do you know hockey skateboards?
Yeah.
That's kind of their like classic inaugural deck when they get signed on to hockey. Is they get that school photo deck.
Oh, cool.
It's fucking sick. It's really cool. But that is an interesting idea, actually.
Yeah, I'm wondering
I
if we
look
could
at
just make images of them that look that whatever we want them to do. Something else.
because I really like that reference that you shared. That was like the face kind of broken up,
Yeah.
and we could do that with like all the three of them
Ooh.
in a way that's like pretty abstract, and nobody would really even know who it is.
That's
but it's
fascinating.
like.
But then in the artifact or the blob tracking, you could just put their name in it.
Exactly.
And then you're kind of killing two birds with one stone. You're like having the image of them on it, but then also because it's an event poster, their names need to be on it as well.
Right. Exactly.
Wow.
That's a fun idea. Maybe I'll push in that direction initially and see if we can't get something that doesn't just bastardize their likeness.
Yeah.
Like get three photos like kind of in the same style
Yeah.
or at least similar lighting.
The other reference I kind of was digging too is the one where there's dots like
Mhm.
on like I guess it looked like the crevices of a person's face. Oh,
Yeah,
look at these. These are dope.
I
I'm
like
just
that
looking
one
at these.
too.
Fire, dude.
Oh, you're showing shit.
There's a lot of heat on here.
Yeah, there is heat. The laptop
On the
on the
face.
ground is. Yeah.
Oh, a laptop on the face is also on the ground is also dope. Yeah.
Oh shit, these are good. Oh, I see the laptop on the face now. Yeah,
That's
fucking
hilarious to
crazy
me.
good.
I love that. That's some good stuff.
I love this palette, even when like it doesn't actually represent how thermal imagery works. It's thermal, but
Right.
it's not like how heat mapping. It's cool as fuck.
Yeah, same. I like that.
Like I actually struggled with Midjourney to create images where the heat mapping was like scientific. Like it was making all of the bodies blue and everything around it red. And at first I was pissed, but then I was like, that's kind of hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, I digress.
Hallucinations.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. Well, I have someone's coming to replace my stove in like 20 minutes, so I gotta go run the dogs for a bit before they show up.
Yeah, I gotta head out.
But,
But,
good chat
call.
as always, gentlemen.
Yeah. Same. Talk to you guys soon. I guess I'll keep you guys posted on all this other stuff. Definitely keep me posted on the event flyers and all that.
I will. Oh yeah, I wanted to real quick. You know how I was joking about. This is another reason I've been like kind of disconnected. I was joking to you guys a while ago about how July should hire me to redesign the rock camera.
Yeah.
We're not doing the camera right now. We're doing another project, but I'm gonna be working with him.
Nice.
Hell yeah,
That's amazing. Hell yeah.
it's exciting. That's it. He's fucking cool.
You can't say what it
Good
is?
crew. I probably shouldn't.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Even right now.
Yeah, especially on stream. Especially on stream. But yeah, it's dope shit. Those guys are fucking smart.
Nice.
So yeah, I've been lagging, like I said, with the move and then trying to lock down like employment after the move at the same time. It's been a little sweaty, but I appreciate you guys being lenient with me. I know you
No worries.
got the team on your back, Brian. I know that. Respect.
What was that?
I appreciate you, bro. I just said I know you got the team on your back right now
Oh no, that's fine.
with the site and everything. Like,
Getting carried right now.
yeah, your shoulders probably hurt, but we
My
just
arms
know
are
we
tired.
recognize that and appreciate it.
What is that joke? I just flew here from Cleveland, and boy, are my arms tired.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's you, bro. All right. Well, I just want to give you a quick update, but cool.
Cool.
Let's get it, boys.
All right, guys.
All
Peace,
right,
peace.
have fun.
See you there.